Hey guys, welcome to Tech with Mlu. So I'm actually starting a series on Python. So if you do not have any experience, do not worry. I'm gonna take you through the actual steps and flow. Okay, so the first thing to start is to come here and type cmd, and then when you are here, you just type Python. Okay, cool. So I do have Python happiness. Then you can also type IDLE, or even here you can type Python. Okay, you can see many things come, but usually this is what they use. Okay, what is this? This is the Python shell. You can actually write some code here as well if you want to say hello world, the common phrase. Okay, cool. So you see we can actually print hello world. Let's close that. Okay, so I'll be using PyCharm to do my development because I really like PyCharm and the features that it has, syntax, debugging, and all of that. But if you do not have PyCharm, I recommend that you go ahead and download it. Just type JetBrains and then download Python. So just select the community version because it's free, and you actually get the results that you want. But if you want the professional one as well, go ahead. Awesome. Without wasting time, guys, let's just start. So I am gonna create a Python file. I'm gonna name it tutorial 1. Okay, press enter. So no, I don't want to push this to git. I'm just gonna click cancel. So there are many data types that are being used in Python, but we will look at the 4 main ones, which are integer, and then string, and then it's a boolean, and the float. Okay, so we're gonna be focusing on this one now. So what's happening here? An integer is a whole number. Any whole number. It can be 1, can be 10, it can be 700. So this is an integer, and again sometimes it can have a negative before it. This doesn't change its data type. So these are the data types for that we have in Python. And then we have a string data type. So anything that is embedded in codes. So it can be double quotes, blah blah blah, and then it can be a single quotes, say maybe a car. Okay, so this is a string because of its nature, it's in code. And then boolean we only have two values. Mostly it's true. So you notice that we start with the capital T. It's not something like this. So make sure that it's always capital. And then we have false as well. Okay, these are two values under boolean. And then we have the float data type. Okay, what's happening here? It's 1.3455. So any number that has a decimal point, you know that okay, it's a float. So okay, usually double, you know that it's something like this. Yeah, but then on Python we're just gonna focus on floats. We can touch double on another video. And then if you have something like this as well, it's still a float, but then you can round it off. We have some functions that you can use on Python. Awesome. So we are done. This is integer, string, boolean, float. Let's do some real work. Okay, what I need to do, I just want to declare an age. So notice Python can learn the nature of the data of your variable. You don't have to say int age as integer. No, you don't have to do that. You just write age. You equate that to 12. So notice that Python can actually learn that you have created a variable called age, and the data type is an integer with a value of 12 without even telling Python. So that's why I like Python, because it's flexible, simple, and very basic. And then notice that when you want to create a string, you don't have to say string what as well. Just say name, and then you equate that to something like Brian. This is a string. Python can learn that. And then a boolean, let's say you wanna say BLN found, you can actually do something like this. And notice with PyCharm, what I like is that you get a lot of warnings and errors and all of that, and it actually promotes good programming practices, because there's a space now between these two, and then you need to create another space to remove that warning. Boolean found, inward found, boolean found. Let me just remove this. Okay, awesome. Yeah, then let's go to a float. Let's say amount, and then we type something like 1.43. Yes, yeah. Then you can see that now we're done creating our variable. So this is your variable, the value of 12, name, boolean, blah blah blah. These are your variables, these are your values. And then when you equate or assign a value, you actually declare its type. So if you give us a whole number, Python is gonna know it's an integer. So if you wanna print that, you can just say print and then type age. Alright, let's see. Awesome, it ran successful without any errors. Let's go to boolean. Yeah, so it's running. So that's about it, guys, on variables and data types and how to get started. I will see you on the next video. Thank you.